Namaste, all the viewers and friends. First of all, I would like to thank all of you out there watching and encouraging our videos. We would also request you to post your comments or queries that you have, and we would be very happy to answer them. Today, I have come up with a topic which is what are the roles of acupuncture or yoga or lifestyle in managing one of the major problem that a lot of us face, constipation. But is constipation a disease? I don't think so. Constipation is more like a symptom of a lot of things, a lot of changes that are happening inside of your body. Body is in a way trying to tell you that there is something wrong in the practices that you are doing, and that is why you are ending up with constipation. So what usually happens with this problem? How is it presented? Constipation, most of the times it is hard stools, irregular in terms of 2 days once, 3 days once, or difficulty passing the stools, whether it is very sticky, whether it is very smelly, and at the same time the shape of the formation of the stools also, whether is it pellet form, what is the shape of the stool will also give us a lot of points in understanding. Many a times we ask our clients, how was your bowel movement, and they say yeah it is fine, it is regular, no problem. Then we get into details of whether do you have your bowel movements every day, is it regular, is it the first thing in the morning, or do you have difficulty with it, do you have to some people have specific conditions, only if I drink water, only if I weird things like I have to have a smoke if I have to pass my bowel movements, right? So all of these conditions are also there, and do you really think with these conditions, if you are having to pass your bowels or your motions, do you think that is a healthy thing, that is your body is indicating health? No, your body is trying to tell you something is wrong in your practices. So what are the contributing factors? Most of us know food is definitely one of the contributing factor. The food habits in terms of timing, in terms of the quality of the food, whether it is fiber rich or not, whether it is extremely spicy, all of these are definitely contributing factors. And I think we have heard a lot about how food contributes in developing constipation. But there's one aspect added to food, that is emotions. Okay, emotions in terms of whether are you holding a lot of things, because in traditional medicine, in traditional acupuncture, large intestine is a system more than an organ. It is a system that is responsible for letting go. Okay, letting go of whatever is not required, physically as well as psychologically. So of course, physically, if body feels that something is not required, it will excrete it out. At the same time, mentally, if you have emotions that you really not require, or you have to let go, and you're still holding on to it, holding on to some past some things that have hurt you, that have affected you a lot. If you are a person who is not very expressive, then I think most of you who are watching this video are able to relate to it as well. If you are a person who withholds or you do not let go, you can end up in having constipation. So is it only about the emotions this way? It is also emotions while you are having your food. So when food is a major factor, emotion is a major factor. Emotional, the emotion that you are experiencing while you have your food, while you cook your food, will also matter in the process of digestion, in the process of absorption, and of course in the process of elimination. So emotions play a very, very major role apart from food. Water intake is definitely another point. Again, here a lot of people say that I am drinking sufficient amount of water, but in the umbrella of water there is coffee, there is tea, there is some other juices, there is a lot of other fluids, but not necessarily water alone. And people think that I am drinking 3-4 liters of water comfortably. That's one thing. Second thing, a lot of us really assume that we are drinking 3-4 liters. In reality, we'll hardly be drinking a liter of water. Okay, so water intake should always be optimum, should be as per your body's requirement. I will not say give you a measurement of 3 liters, 4 liters, but it depends on your body's requirement. So what is the third important factor? Physical activity. If you are a person who is always sitting, or if you have a sedentary lifestyle, if you are not moving around, if you do not have any physical activity, your bowel movements will obviously not be regular, right? So if bowel movement has to happen, if your intestines, large intestines, have to push your feces out, you should move. It just cannot happen with sitting. Okay, so movement is very, very important. That's why a lot of importance to physical activity is given these days. So practicing any sort of an activity, any sort of be it some sports, be it yoga, be it swimming, be it cycling, it is very, very important. So we have understood the factors. Of course, there are a lot of other physiological reasons for it. Some other diseases can lead to constipation, but let's not go too deep into other diseases, because most of the time it's the lifestyle. So we've understood it is emotions, it is food, it is water, it is physical activity. So of course these things have to be corrected. So what are the supportive therapies? Of course, you can get into start taking medications also for it. But again, as a naturopath, I would want to speak more on how to bring that balanced lifestyle. So balanced lifestyle added upon by treatments that will help you bring it, rather than be like a suppressing thing, or be more like my point is, if your lifestyle is good, treatment should only be there to support you. Treatment should not take the upper hand. So naturopathic treatments like hydrotherapy treatments, acupuncture, all of these are going to only help you with supporting your lifestyle changes, food habits and emotional changes. Acupuncture is going to help you balance your emotional state, as well as physical physiological changes that are happening because of the irregular food habits and lifestyle. Yoga with asanas, with pranayama, with relaxation techniques, with meditation is going to help you build your awareness, bring you to a state of harmony within yourselves, within your body, within your mind, which will help in easing out all of this. So one thing you have to understand is, change your lifestyle. Don't hold on to something for a long time. Try to let go, try to be an easy go person, and of course change your water drinking habits, your physical activity, and when it is necessary, when this is not sufficient, please go for therapies that will support your lifestyle changes. So acupuncture and yoga therapy are going to be great tools that will help you, that are going to add on to your lifestyle modifications and food habits. With that, I'm hopeful that you have received all the information that you were looking out for, and please post your comments and queries in our comment section, and we'll be very happy to help you out in those queries. Thank you.